Hello everybody, this is Tenacious Earl with another History Maker baseball game. Kind of gotten in the habit of wanting to play these online, and so I'm going to go ahead with this one and see if I can get this done in a reasonable amount of time before bed. So, got the Athletics and the Phillies here. Not a marquee matchup by any stretch of the imagination, but someone may find some interest in this game, so we'll see. A couple of back marker teams, and already had some hijinks as far as the pre-game stuff, the game day charts and whatnot. So I'll explain that here in just a second. So both clubhouses are going to be stormy. Weather is nice today. This is August 5th, so no rain or anything like that. But so the Athletics, it would have been yesterday's starter that needed some team trainer. Because they're stormy, it means that they might get a bad attribute added to them. Well, to the starting pitcher, the way that it worked out. Well, it was yesterday's starting pitcher, and this is their first game, so it really that ended that. So, but for the Phillies now, they got a role which was a game day injury, and so that was their starting pitcher, which was going to be Jeremy Hellickson, and it said that he has to miss this game. So what that means for me, in my mind, is that he misses his start, and I'm going to push him back to be fifth in the rotation. He will hit his next start, but they are going to have Aaron Nola pitch this game instead. So fortunately I hadn't written in Hellickson's name, so that was a good thing. So it's going to be the Athletics and the Phillies. The lineup for the Athletics: Danny Valencia at third base. This is going to be somewhat based on the lineups that I put together in Stratomatic, because I use the Athletics and Stratomatic 2016 Athletics. So it worked out pretty well having Valencia as the leadoff guy, and then Billy Burns in center, batting second, Reddick right field batting third, Chris Davis the cleanup hitter in left field batting fourth, Yonder Alonso at first would be the fifth hitter, then Marcus Semien. He is the hot hitter. That's what I've designated. It's an arbitrary decision on that. He's the shortstop. Stephen Vogt catching. Billy Butler DHing, and Jed Lowry second base against Nola. For the Phillies, we'll just go through this real quick. Cesar Hernandez second base, Peter Borges in right, Odubel Herrera, their hot hitter, in center, Michael Franco third base. He'll be cleanup. Ryan Howard DHing in this game because we're not using the pitchers hitting. Cameron Rupp as the catcher, Darren Ruff at first, Tyler Goodell in left, and Freddie Galvis short. Ruff is their cold hitter, and the cold hitter for the Athletics, again, arbitrarily picked Billy Butler. So first game, you can choose those. Well, you can choose any. You can choose them arbitrarily any game you want, but in my case, that's what I'm doing for the first game. I may try to use who was hot the previous game and try to let that inform. 1-1-1 right off the bat. Is Nola an ace? No, he's not. Valencia is not a scrapper, and that is going to be a leadoff home run for Danny Valencia right off the bat. The Athletics take a 1-0 lead against the Philadelphia Phillies. Takes Nola deep. The old 1-1-1. Got to remember that's a bad one if you don't have an ace on the mound. So Billy Burns, pressure off now, 3-4-5. Iron catcher. Rupp is not iron. Good eye. Billy Burns doesn't have a good eye. It's going to be a strikeout. One out. We will go to the right now chart. So Reddick is neutral. Nola is hot after having just struck out the batter before. 4-5. Cold batter. No, Reddick's not cold, so he's just neutral. That's a ground out to first. We'll say 3-1. 2 down. Chris Davis. Wow, 3-4-5 again. Pretty much the same, not an iron catcher. Good eye. No, he does not have a good eye. He's a whiffer. So that's a strikeout. We'll end the inning, and we're going to go back to the right now chart. And we're going to have neutral batter, neutral pitcher for the next, for the first plate appearance in the bottom of the first. So 1-0 Athletics on the home run, leading off by Danny Valencia. All right, so Cesar Hernandez will face Rich Hill. So 1-0 Athletics. Here we go with Hernandez against Hill. 133. Is he a slugger? Nope, he's a scrapper. It's going to be a fly out the left for the first out. Unfortunate. If he had been a slugger, it would have been a home run. Peter Borges. 116. Fresh. Rich Hill is fresh. That's a strikeout. So 2 outs in the first. Odubel Herrera. Oh, I call him Odubel. I think it's Odubel. 1-1-2. Flash. Rich Hill does have flash. That is another strikeout. Phillies go down 1-2-3 here in the first. There'll be Yonder Alonso in the second with a 1-0 lead. 155. Home run king. No, he's a scrapper. That's going to be a fly out to center for the first out. Marcus Semien. 144. Flash. Yes, Nola has flash. That is a strikeout. He does not have a good eye, so it doesn't nullify that. So Stephen Vogt. 2 outs. 1-2-4. Control. Nola has control. It's a ground out short. And he has shaken off that leadoff home run by Danny Valencia. Still 1-0, but it looks like Nola has gotten back on track here. Michael Franco and Rich Hill. Righty against lefty. 256. Struggler. Nope, Rich Hill's not a struggler. Champion or patient. Neither of those things is Michael Franco. We're going to go to infield drama. Double ones. Pitcher iron. Rich Hill is a neutral pitcher, so makes the stab at the mound easy, ground out. For the first out, Ryan Howard now. Ends up being the last year of his career, it looks, unless some team takes a flyer on him. Again, Braves already did. 4-5-6. Is he patient? If you know Ryan Howard, he is not patient. That's a fly out to center. Took him deep, but not deep enough. We're going to go to chemistry. Both teams stormy and semi-dissonant. So Cameron Rupp. 1-5. Pitching team harmony. No, they don't have harmony. They're semi-dissonant. Actually, they're neutral, but anyway. Bloop single for Ryan Howard. Or no, for Cameron Rupp. Doesn't matter. The cards won't really matter, but that'll be a bloop single. First hit off of Hill. Darren Ruff is stoic, so he's not running anywhere. It's going to be Ruff. Actually, Ruff is semi-stoic, but still. Hi, Ken. 1-2-6. Fresh. Yes, he is. Rich Hill is fresh. Second inning. So that's a line out to the second baseman, Jed Lowry, and the 2-out hit is stomped on there. Still 1-0 Oakland. So Billy Butler. I don't think I put a line here to separate the innings. 2-4-4. Ace. No, Noel is not an ace. Champion. Billy Butler's not a champion. That's a ground out to short. For the first out, Galvis throws to first. Jed Lowry. 1-2-6. Fresh, yes. In the third, Nola is still considered fresh. Line out to second base. 2 outs. Hope you're doing well, Ken. Everything is pretty good here. I've just about recovered from my illness, but it still pops up every once in a while. 1-1-5 is another fresh roll for the pitcher. And it's going to be a pop out to the blue is, so Valencia being a righty, that'll be to pop out to Franco. And so 9 in a row retired by Nola since that opening bomb by Valencia. He got the A's on the board. It's still a 1-run lead. Tyler Goodell, 335. Wild. No, Rich Hill's not wild. Goodell, is he a sad sack? He's semi-sad sack. With the dot means he is, so that's a ground out to the second baseman. Would have been a single had he not been a sad sack, but poor guy. Galvis now. 4-5-6. Patient. Nah, he's semi-whiffer. Fly out to center. We go back to chemistry. Again, both teams semi-dissonant. And it's going to be Cesar Hernandez with 2 outs off the chemistry chart. 4-45. Batting team harmony. Nope. It's going to be a ground out for Hernandez. He'll be batting from the right side. Ground out short. 6-3. Because Hernandez wasn't focused. Couldn't draw the walk. So go to the top of the fourth. Still 1-0. Most of these games have been on the low scoring side. I guess you could expect that with the best pitchers going, the supposed aces, although I wouldn't call all of these pitchers aces. 1-1-6. Fresh. Nola, it's a fourth, so he is not fresh. He's semi-fresh, and he's not fresh because there's no dot. Utility or sad sack. We need to re-roll the decide or die to see if Billy Burns is a utility batter. He's not utility this time. He's going to single to left. Gets through the hole. So he is semi-active. So I really need to separate out the ones that are repeatable, like the stolen base, the pickoff attempt, the hit and run, and the bunt. those are all things that can be done multiple times in a game by each team, although it does count against them. So I think you're supposed to throw out a separate card. Josh Reddick, they're going to attempt a hit and run here. The A's are. So we roll off the regular chart with Reddick. 1-5-6. A whiffer? No, he's not a whiffer. It's going to be outfield drama. So I think that nullifies anything on the hit and run because, well, we'll see. Let's take a look here at the outfield drama. So let's see. 2-6. Center field stoic. Odubel Herrera is the center fielder for the Phillies, and he is semi-active, so he's not stoic. He'll make the grab, and that'll leave Burns to scurry back to base. So that will take us back to the regular chart for Chris Davis. Again, we could try stealing with Reddick. Let's try and see if he can stay away from the dreaded double play ball. 1-2-6. Fresh. Nola this time is fresh. That's a line out to second. And that is because the decider die is showing. So Yonder Alonso, they're not going to waste any more strategy cards right now. So early in the game, 1-2-3 for Alonso. Both flash and fresh. No, he has flash, but he's not fresh this at bat. So it's going to be a ground out to short, and Oakland's unable to do anything with that leadoff single by Burns. Okay, bottom of the fourth. Yeah, Ken, I've been trying to use them. I feel like the only way to get to know them better is to use them and to succeed and fail with each of them. So I've been trying to think through what happens with each, what the situation could bring about and what makes sense. 2-3-4. Runner, this is a leadoff batter, so no runners on base. A hot batter, Borges, struck out. He's not hot. That's a pop out to third for the first out. I'm not showing you the book, but I hope if you don't trust me, buy the game and then you can follow along in your own book. 2-3-6 for Odubel Herrera. Double control. Rich Hill does not have double control. Pitcher batting. Nope, that's not the pitcher. Odubel gets a walk. So with one out, Phillies will play a manager card, try to attempt stolen base against Vogt, who is a normal catcher arm. So we have to roll the decider die first to see if he can even get the jump that he needs, and he does get it. So now running to second for a normal arm, 1-4 is safe, and it's a 6. He's thrown out. Caught stealing 2, and Franco's a righty, so 2-4. Doesn't work for the Phillies. Surprise, surprise. Strategy doesn't work for them. Michael Franco, 2-4-6. Control. Rich Hill only has semi-control, and right now it's not showing, so eager or sad sack. We need to re-roll this and see if Michael is eager. No, he's not eager. It's going to be a base on balls. Second one for Hill in the inning, and that would have moved Odubel Herrera to second base. So Ryan Howard with Franco at first and 2 outs. 1-3-6. Ace. Well, he's semi-ace and it's not showing again, so we have to go to whiffer or cold. Yes, Ryan Howard is definitely a whiffer. That is a strikeout and the inning is over. So the Phillies somewhat run themselves out of potential run there. And both teams have used a strategy card. And we're 20 minutes in. Let's keep this moving right along. Yeah, Ken, I think that seems to be accurate to me, is that you could play this a lot of times and seem to find new ways for it to open up your eyes. Especially if you were to get into eras where you could have players that really filled out some of these things like champion. I don't think I've yet to see a champion in any of these decks so far. 2-3-4. No runners on base. Hot batter. Semien is the hot batter. It's going to be a fence shot. So we're going to have to go to the fence micro chart here. And he is a, and let me see. Did we use the decider die yet? No, we have not. So that means he is a home run king. So because it's a home run king, anything but a 1 would be a home run for Semien to lead off this inning. So let's roll it and see what happens. Phillies are hoping for a 1. They don't get it. That is another home run off Nola. Not a surprise here for CBP. 2-0 Athletics. Yeah, Howard with his sad sack or whatever that is, utility. So, top of the 5th, 2-0 now. 2 solo shots. 1-4-5. Struggler. Nola, he is not yet a struggler. That's going to be a ground out to the first baseman. That'll be 1 out since Vogt is a lefty. Billy Butler, the cold hitter. 666. Ace. He's not an ace. Not a sad sack there. Deep drive glove. Okay. So what do? We first roll a. So here's the chart. We have to roll a D6 once and see what's going to go on here. It's a 4. It's gone out of here. Butler with the cold designation gets another solo home run here in the inning, and it is gone off of Nola. 3 home runs that he has given up, and it's 3-0. All going wrong for the Phillies here. Jed Lowry, 455. Flash, yes, he does have flash, and Lowry is not a good eye, so it's a strikeout, 2 outs. And up comes Danny Valencia. Decide or die is a yes. 3-5-6. Same. Yes, they are the same. Valencia batting from the right, Nola pitching from the right. That's a strikeout. So he settles her down, but not too much, as they've gotten 3 solo bombs off him. It's going to be a 3-0 lead. And the Phillies are going to have to start thinking about the pen. This sounds about like the Phillies. So, guess you can say this is a relatively accurate game. Cameron Rupp, 3-5-5. Struggler. Nope. Rich Hill's not a struggler. And Rupp is, not a champion. It's going to be a ground out. Won't be a ground out to second because he is a whiffer. The semi-whiffer gets added into. That's going to be a strikeout. Oh, does Struggler come from 4 runs? I thought it was 3 consecutive batters. I think it's 3 consecutive batters, not 3 runs or. Trying to double check this. Yeah, I don't see that, but anyway, Darren Ruff. Let's keep this game moving here. Bottom of the 5th. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? No, Ruff is not a hero. It's going to be a pop out to second. 2 outs. And we go to the player experience chart. Goodell being a prospect. Rich Hill an icon. This is probably not going to work out too well for the Phillies. And with nobody on and 2 outs, I don't think they're going to worry about it too much here. Trying to convert Goodell to something else. Maybe later in the game. 1-4. Prospect batter, yes. Anxious swing at the marginal pitch pop fly. We will say a pop fly. We'll say it just a batting from the right. We'll say a fly out to left field. So, the rules that I have here say that Struggler comes. There may be an actual rule that. Let me look real quick since we're going to the top of the 6th. Take a short break here. Let me see. There might be some other. Once a pitcher allows his 5th run, he loses any remaining freshness is given the semi-struggler. After the 6th, it's struggler. So that's what they've changed it to. So it's if he gives up 2 more runs, he would have no more freshness. Of course, it's the 6th. He's only semi-fresh for 1 more inning. And now the Phillies will stick with him for the time being. I see. Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of homebrew rules since everybody likes their own way to do things. Pitching at home, yes, Aaron Nola is pitching at home. That's a pop out to short. Good start the inning for him. I'd like to get him through 6 before they hit the bullpen, which can be pretty interesting in itself. 1-3-5, that's an unusual result. And it's a 1 that's blue, so it will be, with nobody on, it'll be the blue base is empty chart. Here we go with Josh Reddick. 1-3, questionable umpire at home. So this is the umpires. 1-3, it's going to be Dale Scott. He is lenient, so not questionable. That will be a walk for Reddick. So, charts aren't really helping the Phillies here tonight too much. So, Chris Davis up with Reddick at first. With a 3-run lead. Yeah, they're going to... Oh, wait. Yeah, they're going to do another attempt stolen base. They're going to get rid of their... They're going to get rid of their manager influence experience on account of that. They're going to try to steal here with Josh Reddick with 1 out. So we need to, again, roll the decide or die here. And he cannot steal, so that card is used up and can't get a good enough lead. So they use a strategy card. 2-5-5. Nola's not a star. Chris Davis is a home run king, and that ball is gone. A home run to left, 2-run shot, and Nola's day is nearly done. That is the 4th and 5th runs. It's a 5-0 lead here for the Athletics. Phillies will start the bullpen going. One of the nice things about this game is if you go to their website, you can download an Excel file that you can create. Not only create, like I created a card for Dahlia Hinojosa here, but you can also, so there were some extra cards, so I actually just wrote mine in here. I'm going to get Daniel Stump up around here and ready to go. So, I think Stump, I didn't write down which side of the plate he's from. I think he's a lefty. Let me double check here. See if the Phillies are in my... Yes, okay. I believe Stump was a lefty. Just want to double check before I do too much with him. And Stump, yes, he is a lefty. So I'm gonna get him up. So it's gonna be Yonder Alonso. They're gonna bring him in right now. So Nola is done. Figure with a lefty at the plate, might as well bring in the lefty, eh? So it's going to be Daniel Stump. Nola went 5 1/3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 hits, 4 of them home runs. And he gave up 5 earned runs on the day. 1 walk. 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. Okay, and it's going to be Stump now coming on to maybe work an extra inning. So with 1 out, it'll be Yonder Alonso against the lefty Stump. 445. Workman, yes, he's a workman. It's a double to right. We're going to get even uglier here probably. Marcus Semien. Alonso at second. Triple sixes. Fortunately for the Phillies, Semien is not a home run king. But let's see here. Stump, not an ace. Semien, not a sad sack. Deep drive glove. So again... Oh, it doesn't matter because it's not home run king. It's not the fence. It's the glove. So the glove is going to be a problem here. Let's see what happens. Phillies need it to come out with a 2 here to get to the center fielder gold. Because Odubel Herrera is semi-gold. It's a 1. It's going to be right fielder gold. If he's gold, he's not gold. Right fielder is Borges. It is gone. Another 2-run home run. The Royals have come up against the Phillies here in this 6th inning. 4 runs across, and Stump gets into the act too, tossing up the meatballs. So let's go back to the regular chart. It'll be Stephen Vogt. Now a 7-0 game. 2-4-5. Hero. Vogt is a hero. A single to left. Billy Butler. .446. Star. No, Stump is not a star. Sad sack, utility, or patient. Billy Butler is none of those. It's going to be a single to right. with a 2-base advance for Vogt, and so Stumpf is already in big trouble, and we're going to keep using him just because, well, tell you what, they're going to get they'll get Hinojosa up. So Stumpf, I guess you can see just how quickly it can get out of control if you get a bad pitcher in there. 2-2-4. Pitching at home. Yes, he is. That's a pop out to short. That is a good roll for Stumpf. They're going to let him try to finish this out against Valencia. What was I going to say? And they batted around here, so 2 outs. 3-3-5. Also, Stumpf did not have the ace when he came in because they didn't warm him up. Now they're warming up Hinojosa. So 3-3-5. Wild. Well, he's not wild. Sad sack. Nope, he's not a sad sack. That is a single and a stolen base. And Vogt will come in. It's going to be 2-base advance. So it's going to be second and third. And I forgot to write down here 8 and 8 and 1. It is now, what is it, 8-0? And they're going to bring in Hinojosa now. They're going to give Stumpf a reprieve here. He goes a third of an inning, gives up 5 hits, 1 home run. 5 hits. The book isn't closed on his run total yet. They're going to bring in Dalia Hinojosa. See if he can get out Billy Burns here with runners at second and third. You ordered Pine Tar, so 1-1-3. Ace, well, Hinojosa, since he was warmed up, does have the ace quality to start. That's a ground out to first. And that will end a long, laborious 6th. It's going to be 3 runs conceded by Stumpf. And ugly inning, crooked numbers here. It's 8-0, and Rich Hill has had a relatively, well, especially when you look at the guy crossing the other dugout, pretty simple game here for Hill. 2-3-3. Ace or star? Well, Hill is a semi-ace, not an ace this time. So slugger for Galvis. We re-roll this. It's a home run for Galvis if he gets the dot here. With the Phillies' luck, this is probably not going to be a dot. And it is. That's a home run. So the shutout gone for Hill. So it'll be Hernandez. Way to go, Humph. Hi, Mike. So the boss was here watching, I guess, because he heard me say Humph. Hernandez. He's busting a hump, I think. 1-3-6. Ace. Still no ace quality. Whiffer or cold. Semi-whiffer. Let's see if we get to infield drama or if it's going to be... Well, we do get to infield drama, so maybe Hernandez will reach on an error. That would be kind of nice for a change. That some good stuff would happen. 3-6. Third baseman gold. Valencia is iron. So he is safe at first on an error. That's an E3, or no, E5. And the Athletics, they're going to get their bullpen stirring around now. Look at Zipchinski and Liam Hendricks going. So Peter Borges. (2-2-4). Pitching at home. Rich Hill's not pitching at home. A slugger? No, Borges is a scrapper. It's going to be a single to right. One base advance, and so 3 in a row have reached. That means that Hill will be a semi-struggler now. I believe that it's batters reaching, not doesn't have to be. It can be an error. Three consecutive batters to reach base. So they are going to, with Herrera up the lefty, they're going to go to their bullpen with Zipchinski. So they're going to give him the early hook in the 5th inning. Hill goes 5 innings. He's in line for the win, but he's only given up, let's see, so that was the 3rd hit of the game. They're just, so 1 home run, they're just trying to manage it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 walks, and we'll worry about the earned runs later. So Zipchinski against Herrera. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. 1-2-5. Zipchinski's not a struggler, so now granted we didn't get the dot there, so it would have been okay for Rich Hill in this at bat. Patient? No, Herrera's not patient. It's going to be a ground out to 3rd. We re-roll. Wait, hold on. This was a negative, and we hadn't used it yet, so he is not a whiffer, and so that means it's going to be a ground ball double play to 3rd. The lead runner will advance, but that's going to be 2 quick outs, which is good for the A's. And so Michael Franco with the 2nd run at 3rd base, potentially. See if he can get something going here. 2-4-5. See a hero. Nope, he's not a hero. It's going to be a pop out to 2nd, and the inning will be over. They get 1, 8-1, and they will start off the experience chart. And it's going to be Reddick, who's an icon, against Hinojosa, who's a prospect. Phillies probably should have... well, at this point, they're not too worried about... Now, you know what? They've only used... No, they've used 2. They are going to... they're going to use a manager coaching tip here just to try and get... That's going to turn Hinojosa into an icon here. So both guys are icons. So off the experience chart, 3-3. Prospect batter. No, he's not a prospect batter. Batter connects fence. So let's see. We did not use this, so not a slugger this time, so it's going to be in the other column where Reddick needs a 6 for a home run. Gets a 5, it's going to be a triple. And the hits keep on coming for the A's. So Chris Davis, the Phillies are going to go back and get Brett Oberholzer warming in the pen. So Chris Davis with Reddick at third. They're going to play, I guess they're going to have to play the infield in here. So 1, 2, 3. Flash and fresh. Hinojosa is not fresh or he's semi-fresh. Yes, he is fresh. So flash and fresh means strikeout. Good result. So with Yonder Alonso, the lefty, up. And they got Semien behind him. They're going to stick with the infield in here. Catch a break on the flash and fresh. 2, 3, 4. Runners on. This is going to be plate drama. Oh, goodness. Here we go. Plate drama. 2-5. Catcher gold. No, Rupp is just normal. Catcher loses it in the dirt. That's a passed ball, and Reddick will come home to score. And that's 9-1. And so they're going to set Oberholzer back down here, and they'll let Hinojosa finish out the inning since let me see. Where was that? I think that was 2-5, so there's no special mini chart here. So let's go with Alonso again. And we're going to go to the unusual result on the 1-3-5. Blue 1 again means umpire. Base is empty. 5-5. Questionable umpire at third base. Nope. Corey Blazer's at third and he's strict. So umpires call foul ball. Batter's still at bat. And just about every break has gone the A's way here tonight. 5-6-6. Wild. Hinojosa has partial control. Does not have a good eye. It's a strikeout. And it's going to go to the right now chart. Hinojosa is hot right now. Also hot is Marcus Semien with 2 home runs in a row. He is 2 for 3. So here we go. Right now, both players are hot. Something's got to give. 2-6. Hot pitcher. Yes, he is hot. Overpowers batter with the best pitch strikeout. And I got to check this because I guess after the 5th inning they don't consider the semi for relief pitchers. So he is hot. And so they get out of that with only the 1 run allowed, but it's still a tall hill to climb. That'll probably be it for Hinojosa. They're going to get Oberholzer back working again in the bullpen to face Vogt. Might as well match up, right? Not like it really matters. Ryan Howard. Zipchinski will come in for a 2nd inning of work. $133. slugger. Ryan Howard, out of all the things that are there, is not a slugger. It's going to be a fly out the left. 0 for 3. Can't catch a break. Cameron Rupp. It's the bottom of the 7th here. 9-1 Athletics, 226. Is the batter hit by a pitch? Yes, he is. So Rupp gets beaned. None too happy about it. Darren Ruff. Three, 4, 5. Iron catcher. Vote is not iron. Good eye. Darren Ruff doesn't have a good eye. Strikes out. That's the second out, and they're going to go to right now. Goodell is neutral. Hold on. Yes, he's neutral. And Zipchinski is hot because he just struck out a batter. 2-3. Cold pitcher. No, he's not. Towering fly out to center field. That'll end the inning. So we're going to go to the 8th. Just trying to play this game out as quickly as makes sense. Hinojosa going to come out of the game now. And they're going to bring in Brett Oberholzer. Hinojosa went 1.1. 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, no home runs, no walks. Okay, so Oberholzer. And we need Vogt. And we go back to the main chart. We'll roll right now while I'm getting it turned over. 2-2-6. The batter is hit by the pitch, so they trade hit batters. A little bit of sparks flying here. It's going to be Billy Butler. 2-3-4. Runners on base. Yes, there is. It's going to be plate drama. Looking to try and finish this up quickly, and instead it is getting a couple of extra rolls here. Catcher Gold on the 3-5. No, Ruff is not Gold. It's a passed ball. Up moves Vogt. And we go to the chemistry chart. Both teams again are semi-dissonant. First game of the season. 3-3. Pitching team dissonance. Well, they're semi. No, they're going to be neutral. So that's a ground out to first. With a 3 means that. Wait, what did I say it was? 3-3, ground out to first. Okay, the runner will be able to move over. We'll say 3-1. They're going to play. They'll play the infield in again, trying to cut off a run. Give themselves any chance at all. 3-6-6. Pinch hitter. No, Lowry's not a pinch hitter. It's a fly out to center. That is going to. Let's see, who is on third? It's Vogt. He's a stoic runner. He cannot score. It says stoic runner on third, holds on flyouts, others score. So, unfortunately for the A's, they can't get their 10th on that, but maybe Danny Valencia will find a way here with 2 outs. 3-4-6. Eager? Yes, Valencia is eager. That's a fly out to center. That will be it for the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, 1 left at third. We will go to the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, it is definitely in my arena for bedtime. I am working on, they're going to go with Fernando Rodriguez out of the pen here. He's going to go 2 innings. He isn't ace because I didn't think to warm him up, but probably won't make too much of a difference with the way everything's gone tonight. Zipchinski went 2 full innings, no hits. Hill gave up the 1 run. No walks, 1 strikeout, no homers. So Fernando Rodriguez will face Freddie Galvis to lead off the inning. And here we go. 3:45. Iron catcher votes not iron. Good eye. I don't think there's a Philly that has a good eye, so strikes him out. And we go to the right now chart, and Rodriguez now is hot. Cesar Hernandez is not. Manager has fallen asleep, isn't using any of his strategy cards, unfortunately. It's a little late. 2-3, cold pitcher. No, he's not. So it's going to be a fly out to center. Second out, Cesar Hernandez 0 for 4 in that leadoff role. And it's going to be Peter Borges. He is 1 for 3 with a single in his last at bat. Triple fives. Ace or star? No, that's not Fernando. Borges is semi-scrapper. He is scrapper, so it's a single to center. He's 2 for 4. And with Herrera at the plate, not going to worry about thoughts of stealing or anything. Just going to go ahead and with 2 outs, see if he can get a hold of one here. 2-4-5. Hero, yes, he is a hero. That's another single. It's going to be 1 base advance, station to station. And that's going to bring up Michael Franco here against Fernando Rodriguez. Phillies sure would love to get some kind of a good performance here from Franco. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Love to get something that would... And it's a 2-4-6 again. Or wait, 2-4-6 this time. It was 2-4-5 before. Control pitcher. No, Fernando Rodriguez isn't. Eager. He is eager. That will be a pop out to third. That will end the inning. And that sounds like the Michael Franco I know. Going to go to the 9th. It's still 9-1. No runs on the 2 hits. Leave a couple stranded. And Phillies will stick with Brett Oberholzer against Billy Burns. 146. Flash. Yes, that's a strikeout. Reddick. 3-4-6. Eager. Reddick is not eager. He draws a walk. Not active. Doesn't steal. It's going to bring up Chris Davis. He is homered. 1 for 4. 2 strikeouts. He's driven in 2. 1-5-6. Whiffer. Oh, yeah, he's a whiffer. Strikes out. And it brings up Yonder Alonso. 5-5-6. Ace. Brett Oberholzer's not an ace. Yonder Alonso's not a sad sack. That is a double to right field. And that is going to score Josh Reddick. And guess what? They're going to get their 10 runs. Double digits. Oberholzer gives up a run. It's now 10-1. Boy, the Athletics are demon. What do you want to call them? Yeah, Demon Slayers here in the tabletop game for some reason. I guess in real life they suck, but here they seem to be. And 5-5-6 again, this time with Semyon. Ace, nope. Sad sack, nope. Another double to right. And another run comes home. Oops. 11. Manager's thinking about going in and just arguing the double, saying it was just a single. The guy didn't actually run to second. You must have been dreaming, just to get into an argument. 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, it's plate drama. Plate drama time. What else can go wrong for these fightins? 2-6. 2-6 on the catcher iron. No. Thankfully, rough isn't iron. Right down the pipe. Catcher gloves at strike. And we've got to go to the... What is that? I can never remember that. Oh, the umpire chart. So runner at second, umpire chart. See what happens with good old, I don't know, whoever the umpire is here. 1-4. Lenient umpire at home. Dale Scott is lenient. Ball 4, take your base. So that's the way it's going for these Phillies. And maybe this is a time. No, there's no sense in doing it. It'd be fun just to do it just for the feeling of arguing with a stupid umpire. But let's it's not going to get the Phillies anything good here for this at bat. So Billy Butler, 2, 3, 5. Wild. Oberholzer's not wild. Eager. Not eager in this at bat. That's going to be a ground out to second. Oh, and somehow this game is turning into a marathon, it feels like. I guess when you score 11 runs, that is what can happen. Fernando Rodriguez out for his second inning of work. Going to try and close him down here. It'll be Ryan Howard, 0 for 3. Can he get out of this slump that he's in? 5-6-6. Fernando Rodriguez not wild. Ryan Howard does not have a good eye. It's a strikeout. And we go to right now. Right now. 1-6. Hot pitcher. Oh, he's hot. He is really hot. Ground out to short. 2 outs. So he gets Rupp out, and now it's Darren Ruff. And Phillies manager doesn't even think twice about going to anybody else off the bench. 2, 4, 5. Hero. Ruff is not a hero. It's going to be a pop out to second. That will be your ball game. The Oakland Athletics open up their season with a dominant 11-1 performance. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 1. And quite an ugly display here. So I guess the Penguins are going to win again. Yeah, surprise. The NHL has all but telegraphed that from the get-go. So Fernando Rodriguez, he goes 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. So it's a 5-hitter for the Phillies. Not a good offensive performance. Oberholzer, he also goes 2 innings. Let's just total them up here for the Phillies. or for the Oakland pitchers down here at the bottom. Kind of like to do this when I have a chance, since it has a nice space for it here. It's 9 innings pitched, 5, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a home run. Oberholzer, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and didn't give up a home run. There's 5 home runs in the game. 9 innings pitched, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 13 runs, or 13 hits, excuse me. 8, 9, 11, 3, 10 strikeouts. Any errors? There was one on the Athletics on Danny Valencia. Other than that, looks like everything was clean. So that's it. Your winner, Rich Hill, only goes 5 innings, but plenty of offense. And the loss will go to Aaron Nola. And that'll be it. So, relatively simple game. When I say relatively, there are quite a few rules to pick up, but once you get picked up on them, I think it's not too bad. So, does take some time because you do want to think through things and make sure you don't miss anything as far as strategy. Like I said, it's kind of nice that if you go on the play.com website, you can get the template for cards. You can write some of them in yourself. I have, I printed out some of them. I don't think I have any of the A's here, but you saw Hinojosa was printed out from it, and you can just draw in. It gives you this. I believe if you buy the game, you get this packet right here. This was given to me as a gift. You get the packet for how to develop those, whatever you want, the attributes on your own. So I'm just packing up things in a way that will let me get this out next time and be easy. I'm getting the umpire cards in the right order for the next time around. So I don't know where that went. So anyway, let me see anything here. That was David. Yes, that was a Van Halen, Sammy Hagar. Right now. So, good call. Very good call. Not a big Van Halen fan, but it felt right in the moment. And with the Phillies getting bludgeoned in the way only the Phillies can, seemed apropos that we would take Eddie Van Halen and, throttle the Phillies with him as well. So, need some, eruption. That's what the A's did today, was erupted on these poor old Phillies. The whole team, in reality, probably should be called Sad Sacks. So, if you want to use the terminology and all. But they'll play a 3-game series. Maybe, you get down here to, let's say, Sonny Gray. He's a semi-struggler. That may help the Phillies get a game in here. I think Graveman, semi-workman, he'll probably be okay. He's going to go up against Charlie Morton, who is just a neutral as far as those attributes go. Like I said, Hellickson, semi-star. He didn't get to go this game. He's going to be the 5th in the order, so misses a start. Rest the nose. Yeah. I mean, the NHL, it's actually pretty predictable in that if you know where Gary Bettman, if you know where he came from and you see where his favorite league that he came from originally, where that has gone, you can just see where the NHL goes, which is that they want consolidation to one superstar team, because the NBA is all about, I mean, they have two superstar teams, but in reality, they just want one team to basically dominate and win every year. I don't know what happened last year. I guess maybe the LeBron narrative just, LeBron took it over. I don't know. It just, I think in some of these sports, to try and rationalize what happens, you're probably talking about forces that are outside the realm of reality. If you're going to, what I mean is, if you're going to talk about, we play these games, and these things don't take into consideration things like money in Vegas, referees that are human and fallible, and all that stuff. So, we assume that everything is on the up and up. It's tough to believe that to the fullest extent, unfortunately, but I guess for me it's tough to see that 100% all the time in sports, that things are just as they seem, and definitely don't feel like you can go through your your sports watching life thinking that, with sort of this Forrest Gump attitude that, everything is working out perfectly and everything is, as it seems on the surface. So, that's it. Tabletop's daughter's a Penguins fan. Yeah, see, that's a problem. Sorry. Unless you have ties to Pittsburgh, then why? Other than, I understand we've got Cowboys fans out here. Not Oklahoma State, but Dallas Cowboys fans out here, and you got New England fans all over the place. It's just the way it goes. That's what sports want. They want people who just want to root for the team that's on top, and it's absurd. But then again, people want to feel good about themselves, so maybe my team will end up earning some fans someday. But when it seems like things perpetuate because those teams have, and if you ever look at how Sidney Crosby got to the Penguins and where the Penguins were as far as their debt situation to Mario Lemieux when that draft happened, and how much was owed to Mario, you might understand how the Penguins got Sidney Crosby and how they still continue to win. That may start to fuse some neurons there and start to get the connections flowing, and have some, in other words, I don't think it's all just happy-go-lucky. Oh, they got Crosby and Malkin for no reason at all. That was just luck. Yeah. That's why they don't. That's why they didn't put that draft out on video. There's no video evidence of that draft. That was just like, Pittsburgh wins. Crosby, awesome. Win for the next 2 decades. What really thwarted that whole thing was his concussions. And to top it all off, what they'll let him do is they'll let him give PK Subban a concussion and never suspend him. They'll let him crunch his head on the ice a few times, but that's okay. But anybody takes even a close shot at Crosby and they're gone for at least a game or two. So, anyway, I really don't care. I half feel like hockey is dead to me, but then it won't be come next season. Does Pitt not have the best team? Right. mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be real, which is that's the type of person that I kind of end up rolling my eyes. I mean, I'll be friends with anybody who's got a team like that. Some people who have never lived in the city and just have sort of picked up a team because they're good, the best, or whatever. But, you know, it just makes me kind of roll my eyes, and then I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll talk about something else, because the rationality of how you picked your team is based on wanting to feel good. And I don't know. As a Buffalo fan, I just can't figure out how you would ever pick a team based on wanting to feel good. I can't find this stupid third or fourth or whatever. I'm missing a baggie. So Cubs Yankees World Series, conspiracies in. Yeah, I don't know. Probably will get there. I mean, they've already got Aaron Judge as, you know, Bonds, Ruth, and, you know, Aaron combined. So, you know, you might just as well toss, you know, you might as well toss, you know, I don't know, McGuire, Sosa, and everybody else in there too, because there's probably just as much chemistry inside his body that's foreign to the body that as what was in those guys too. So, but because he's the Yankees, he will get away with it. The Yankees, A-Rod didn't get away with it because the Yankees probably did not like him, and you could see that by the way they treated him in the final. Like, hey, there's my baggie. So maybe if Aaron Judge starts getting into trouble and starts running, but he's a good kid from what I've seen. So I don't know. Now he could get a big head on his shoulders, but we'll see. I don't know. Tabletop says he doesn't know anything about hockey trades or draft. Yeah, well, that was at a time, the Crosby draft was at a time when the NHL was coming out of the strike and they had gone a whole year without a draft. And so the prospects had piled up for a couple years. And everybody knew Crosby was going to be this this phenom. And the formula, actually it's somewhat surprising that the Rangers didn't end up with him, because the Rangers were in that formula too. But it came out to, I think, maybe the last 3 season record combined. It was a really odd, and so it was weighted. Everybody, in theory, had a chance, but I think Pittsburgh, New York, Buffalo, and there was a fourth team in there. I can't remember who it was. And I mean, I think everybody thought it was going to be New York. It's like, get Crosby in that media. Darn. But if you understood the economics of it and how, you know, the Penguins were probably a year away from moving to Kansas City or something like that. I mean, they were talking about that around that time. And then they, you know, Lemieux saves them. They get Crosby. They get funding from casinos for an arena, and everything is hunky-dory. So, congrats, Pens fans. I love all the championships your Pirates are getting. Go root for them. Well, I guess they're not winning, so I guess that would be tough to root for a team that isn't winning when you're a Pittsburgh fan. That would be tough. Yeah. Once Sid retires, once Roethlisberger retires, I really would love to see the Steelers, the Penguins, and the Pirates all end up in the basement for about 50 years. And then we'll see how many Pittsburgh fans are around. So, but anyway, yeah. I'm going on 17 years with the Bills, so if anybody can cry about not being in the playoffs and still still agonize over these things, it's going to be me. So, you think Judge is on the up and up? Probably. I think he probably is. I mean, number one, Yankee Stadium is almost almost a fraud of a stadium. I mean, if you watch, first of all, if you watch, the dumbest thing that the Yankees did was to put a soccer team in their stadium, because it shows you that their dimensions are skewed, because the field is so small. It's actually illegal when you have this field, this pitch for the soccer team. It's too small, and so you really just get to see that they have ginned up their stadium to be a hitter's park. Now, everybody has to hit out of it, so it's both teams should be able to smoke home runs. So everybody plays by the same conditions, but they're definitely built. That stadium is built to hit, and to hit long balls. So, but I don't think you can trust the yard, the foot measurements to the fences, and but everybody plays by the same dimensions, so it's not like you can move the fence back for one team. He is a big dude that can hit. The question is how long he can keep doing it, but kudos to the Yankees for finding the guy, for developing the guy, and as long as they get their pitching, and as long as he doesn't hit some kind of a major slump towards October, they're going to be tough to beat. They're playing great. They still have some experience. They got the pen. Just a matter of if their starting pitching can hold up. You would like to see more teams, but I have MLB.TV, so that helps me out. I get to, I watched the, what did I watch today? Boy, that's Marlins and Pirates. So that was it was a decent game. There wasn't a whole lot of fireworks or anything. Nothing notable happened, I would say. Pirates did come out on top, but Stanton, he only pinch hit. He didn't play. He got cracked on the wrist yesterday with a ball hit by pitch, and they held him out today. So I guess with him and Bohr out, that kind of helped or hurt their chances at the plate. Yeah, I mean, the other thing that you can say about baseball is that it's been diluted a lot. The pitching quality is, there's not really enough to go around. So, you get what you need to see is teams figure out Judge's weaknesses and exploit them, and until they do that, and it could just be like I said. A guy like him, he hits a pop-up at Yankee Stadium, and it's going to go out there every once in a while. Just the way it is. Rangers swept the Nats. Yeah, that's what... I'm sure that's what the Mets and the Braves have been playing better, I think, and maybe even the Marlins. They could use that, kind of pull the Nats back to the pack. My fantasy team is garbage. Both of them. It was going well for a while, and then I got rooked out of. I didn't understand the one league I was in, how valuable closers were, and I kind of got, I don't know. I let myself get played a little bit, but that's okay. Live and learn. So I had a Coda Glover blow-up moment last week, which cost me a victory. And then, that was on Sunday. I think that's what hurt the most about it, is that I was ahead all week, and then Sunday, he gets brought in the 8th. Then he gets an out. He's going to pitch the 4-out save, and then sits for half an hour while his team bats around and goes up by 6, and then good old Frankie Robinson decides to send him back out again to finish the 9th. And now he's out hurt, probably because he came back out after he was cold. And thanks a lot, Frank. I hope your team goes right into the cellar and stays there a while. And I hope Bryce Harper leaves and comes to Philadelphia and then hits a bunch of home runs in your park and then just rubs it in your face the whole way around. That's what I would love to see. So that's what you deserve, Frank, right now. Just because of my fantasy team. No, just kidding. How's that? Glover from Oklahoma State. He's from the DL right now. So thanks a lot, Frankie. I'll remember that. Wish they hadn't put up didn't they put up I feel like they put up some kind of a monument at Progressive Field for you. I wish they wouldn't have done that now. So thanks. I'm not scornful at all. It's all right. Yeah. Well, just talking here, just having some fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good game here as far as the Athletics go. The Phillies, you're going to expect that from them. It's going to be a rough season. Not a Darren Ruff season by any chance. He'll probably be in there a few games and be gone. I'm going to keep him cold. He was 0 for 4. Punk. So at the channel here, Tabletop Baseball, if you guys are still hanging on, I've been here for 20 minutes after the game, but we love tabletop sports. That's one thing that's great about this, is that here in History Maker, you can get a little bit of attitude that shows through in certain aspects, but for the most part, the numbers rule. You don't have to worry about some outside influence. Unless you're Tabletop Earl, which he obviously, according to some viewers, just knowingly cheats. I mean, he must have dice that just, fly out of his hand and are weighted in a way that just, mess up certain teams. But for the most part, when we do these games, it's for our own enjoyment. It's for our own curiosity. We want to see what happens when we roll these games. We aren't trying to bias it one way or the other. And, you don't get, bookies. I know History Maker just came out with a new golf game. They don't have Phil off, blowing putts or Ernie Els or anybody like that blowing putts because he might have some kind of a shady connection with somebody on the outside, or you don't have a referee deciding to even things up to make it look closer. We just play it out here. Can't wait to get some football games. Can't wait to get a hockey game. Basketball, someone else can do those. But and I love to get, I do want to get History Maker golf. I'm a golf guy, love playing golf. I used to have I had a game one time that had a videotape with it that had all sorts of clips, and then you had the holes on these kind of like these in a way, except they were folded up. And so then you would play the shots via the tape. And I remember one shot was like Ian Woosnam on the British Open was one of the shots. Another one was like Lee Trevino hitting the ball. And it was a pretty cool game. It was a little hokey, but all of this stuff tends to be, by real world standards, by the standards of those who are not into this stuff, hokey. So, but this was pretty hokey. So I'm interested to see with History Maker Golf how far it's come from that kind of a setup where things are kind of wacky and not so random because you have this videotape. I'm sure there's a way you could have set it up to but looks fun. I'm not much into stock car racing. I know they have a stock car game, and there's all these. Tabletop Earl just said he bought Pine Tar Baseball. It's like, first off, I wish I had the money for all these things. Second off, I wish I had the time for all these things, and I know that he doesn't necessarily have all this stuff either, but still, it's all these things that I'm like, I want, and I don't have. I'm gonna have trouble getting through the projects I have going on. So, but having said that, we played 4 games so far in this season. It's gonna be 54 games for every team. But I think a lot of these games are gonna end up going offline. I guess I just wanted to play the early ones online. I like playing them online. That's another problem. Dusty Baker. Is Dusty Baker in is he the one that's in man, I guess I'm wrong. No, that's okay. I've been wrong before. And I'll be wrong many, many more times. Let me see. Let's go to Baseball Reference. Dusty Baker, wherever your statue is, if it's you, I hope that gets taken down too. No. I think it is Dusty Baker. Where did I read Frank Robinson? I guess that was a few years ago. Sorry, Dusty. No offense, but no offense to Frank Robinson. You're an awesome dude. Dusty Baker. I hope your team craps it out. There you go. Hockey blast for my... Oh, yeah. Yeah, he needs hockey blast. Yeah. Oh, man. Get her the 2003 edition. That would be great. That'd be awesome. Then you'd see her really be a Pens fan. Oh well. Anyway, so History Maker, play.com. I'll hold it up here. It's got to be the mirror image. Actually, what we could do is this. Whoa. Play.com. If you want to pick up this game, it's got its high points and a few low points. You see some things repetitive. It's okay. You're going to see a lot of things repetitive in any tabletop game. You're going to see it when you watch a ball game. How many times you're going to write 6-3 on there, or F8, or whatever you put down. You're going to see a lot of things like that if you score a game, but it's just a matter of the strategy elements and stuff. Obviously we still play some Stratomatic here and there, but I haven't played a Stratomatic game in a while. I'm actually somewhat worried that I'm going to have forgotten some things about Super Advanced, which makes me want to keep going with History Maker and not go back to Strat right away. But yep. Yager Mario. Yeah, I guess they were still around then. So how did the Penguins get bad enough that they needed Crosby? Maybe it was closer to 06 or 07. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been so long. All right, I'm going to wrap up. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for hogging the channel here, but felt like a rant night, and so I ranted a little bit, and we played out a game, and we had some fun. So A's your winner, 11-1, beat the Phillies. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go out and make some history, and have a good night. Thanks for watching.